Hey, what's up, everybody? Y'all already know who this is. It's your boy J Raw with another edition of the J Raw Wrestling Podcast. This time, just doing a recap from the Ring of Honor show from last night, and also going to do my predictions for tonight's Fighter Fest for All Elite Wrestling. Just give me a couple seconds because I'm incorporating a camera that's going to have another angle in this video and that video. I'm going to mesh it together. So just give me about 20 seconds. All right. Hold on. All right. All right. I'm back, people. Sorry about that. Just wanted to set that up real quick. All right. So I'll make sure to real quick do my shout outs. Without further ado, going to shout out my peeps from Russell Cave. Want to shout out Ace Porter, Dirty Case, Pat with the facts. Also Yasmin and Be Quick, and shout out to Dwight and the baby boy. You know what I'm saying? That's the Facebook group from Russell K Podcast. Also want to shout out True Hills. Want to shout out my man Sid SP the third. Make sure I want to shout him out. And if you guys didn't get a chance, make sure you go to Castbox, BOXFM. Make sure you check out the latest episode of the J Raw Wrestling Podcast, episode 9, where I did my predictions for Best of the World. So now, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the recap of the Best in the World. That was last night, June 28th, and it came to the UBMC Arena and Event Center in Baltimore, Maryland. All right, so we start off with the kickoff show, and it was a match between Roosh and Flip Gordon. All right, and everybody knows by now I get my news, results, recaps, everything wrestling related from WrestlingInc.com. Shout out to Wrestling Inc. They're a phenomenal website that I get a lot of my news and information from. All right, so like I started off, this is the kickoff show match. It was Roosh versus Flip Gordon. Okay. Gordon offers a handshake, but Roosh boots it away. A tie up, then Roosh shoves Gordon off. They go to grapple again, but Roosh pushes off. Gordon responds with a loud chop on Roosh's chest, but it has little effect. Roosh invites Gordon to do it again. He does, but no effect. Gordon slapped Roosh in the face, angering the CMLL star. He pops Gordon up and drops him to the mat. Gordon to the apron, then running elbow sends Gordon to the outside. Roosh in pursuit as he slams Gordon into the barricade. Roosh picks up Gordon, then he sends him hard into the other side once more. Back in the ring, Roosh unloads a vicious chops targeting Gordon's chest. Gordon elbows, followed by a basement drop kick from Roosh. He taunts Gordon by doing push-ups right next to him. Roosh traps Gordon in the corner. Chop. Roosh charges. Gordon gets a boot up, then hits Roosh with an Ingazuri on the apron. Then a springboard missile drop kick connects. Gordon builds up steam, but Roosh catches him in the corner and slams him hard. Roosh sends Gordon up for a corner drop kick. He stops short. Big boot to the face. Then Roosh rolls back right into the Tranquilo pose. Back and forth striking. Then Gordon shows off his athleticism and lands a quick combo. Gordon with a flurry of elbows. Then Roosh screams for more. Gordon with another series of elbows, running knee, then a Falcon Arrow. A cover. Roosh just gets up a shoulder. Springboard is spared by Gordon. Roosh is out again at 2. Then Roosh is back to his feet, but Gordon with another thrust knee. Roosh fires back with a haymaker. Then Gordon surprises Roosh with a power bomb out of the corner. Quick roll up. Then Roosh ends up on his feet. Super kick by Gordon. He goes for a suicide dive, but Roosh has it scouted. He slams Gordon into the barricade again. Then Bruce asks for security to hand him a trash can. He smashes it all over Gordon's body. Bruce tosses Gordon back inside for a pinfall attempt, but Gordon is still alive. He crawls to the corner. The Bruce goes for his finishing drop kick and he nails it. And Gordon is out. And there you have it. Roosh goes over on Flip Gordon. All right, so Roosh briefly celebrated, and he's asked by an interviewer what his future plans are for ROH. Roosh stated he came to ROH for one reason: to become world champion. He threatens every superstar in the back and says he'll have his eyes on tonight's main event. Okay, so you have the commentary team run down the evening's main card. Then the heavyweight champion Nick Aldis comes out to announce his replacement tag partner with his bout against the Briscoes after scheduled teammate Colt Cabana went down with injury. Cabana shows off the cane at the booth to indicate he's definitely not competing. Aldis gets on the mic and calls Cabana a professional and that he knows he wouldn't have missed a booking unless his injury was very serious. Aldis tells the Baltimore crowd that he's almost considered canceling the match, but he didn't want to do that because this is NWA territory. Then he goes to introduce his partner, and the newest member roster of NWA. Then the lights go out, and James Storm is here. Storm walks out to his own mic with his own mic, says he's not Aldis's partner, and he demands to know who it is. Aldis responds, why don't you just let me tell you? And it's none other than Eli Drake. Ladies and gentlemen, Eli Drake is formerly in NWA now. The crowd erupts. Storm can't believe it. Drake claims that there's a lot of superstars backstage that think they're the best until he arrived. He talked about all the company's prospects he has since leaving his former employer and revealed that he joined ROH because of his past, present, and future of wrestling. And you're looking at the new acquisition of the NWA. Drake promised that NWA, ROH, and the Briscoes are going to understand exactly what he's capable of tonight. And then Drake drops the mic in the segment. All right, so commentary tells us that Dalton Castle will kick off the pay-per-view against Dragon Lee. They thank everybody for watching the kickoff show for free on Fight TV, Facebook Live, and invite fans to join in for tonight's action. So that was the end of the pre-show. All right, so the opening vignette highlights superstars of Ring of Honor, and then a rundown of pay-per-view card, including Matt Taven defending the world title against Jeff Cobb, and Shane Taylor defending the television title against Bandito. So we go to Ian Ringaboni, Caprice Coleman, and the NWA National Champion Colt Cabana officially welcome everybody to the Best of the World from Baltimore, Maryland. They hype the lineup for tonight's card and promise a night full of classic ROH action. As mentioned on the kickoff show, Dalton Castle and Dragon Lee will open up the show. The former IWGP champion is out first, followed by Dalton Castle. All right, so it's Dragon Lee versus Dalton Castle. Lee comes out hot with the drop kick, sending Castle into the turnbuckle. The quarter drop kick, another one. An early cover, Castle out at 2. Lee sends Castle to the outside, and he goes for a tope con hilo, but Castle moves, then shoves Lee into the ring post. Lee nails Castle on the apron from the inside ring, and he runs on the apron Frankensteiner. Castle turns it into an apron power bomb, and he keeps the pressure on, dumping Lee into the first row. As soon as Lee gets to his feet, Castle sends him over the barricade on the other side of the ring. Castle fakes a suplex at the last second as he whips Lee into the crowd again. Castle plays to the crowd, and Lee finally reverses the Irish whip, sending Castle to the guardrail. Back in the ring, Castle slows down the pace while bear hugging. Mount pushes for Castle. He disrespects the claw at Lee mask before applying submission. Lee gets a burst of energy and huge forearm rock Castle. Castle avoids one. Saito suplex to regain control. Castle goes for the mask again. He rips a good part of it. Castle off the ropes. The Lee catches him with the Frankenstein that sends him into the ringside. Lee to finish to his feet. Suicide dive connects. He throws him back inside. He hooks the arms, shoulder breaker, followed by a running PK. Cover, then Castle escapes. Grapple, then Castle with another Saito suplex, but Lee drops him with a kick. A snap German from Lee, then Castle responds with a spinning elbow. Lee right back with a thrust kick and a poison Frankensteiner, and both men recover. Lee goes for a Mexican destroyer, but Castle stops Lee momentum and sends him up for his Bangarang finisher. Lee shifts his weight at the last second, then Frankensteiner. Thrust knee. Lee sets Castle up with a running knee. Then Lee argues with the referee, allowing Castle to nail a short arm lariat. Bangarang connects but doesn't go for the cover. In order to mock Roosh, Castle sets up Lee in the corner, running drop kick, and that'll do it. Dalton Castle goes over on Dragon Lee. All right, so I'm just going to make a quick phone call. Peoples, hold on. I don't want to stop the feed, so y'all might hear the conversation. Hold on. Yeah, I was just making sure to call you back. I was in the middle of doing a live stream on YouTube. You sleep? So, well, Mike, believe it or not, got fired from the bingo hall. So you should give him a call yourself. Yeah, because I ran into the bull. He was working with Dre that live on Wayne Ave, and he told me the story. Basically, what happened: the lady that run the bingo hall got sick, so her son was running it, and he already was plotting to get rid of Miz and the bull Dre anyway. When Mar was working there, that was one of the reasons why I was telling Mar to get a better job. So Dre was like, once she went to hospital and stuff like that, and gave him the reins, he pretty much fired both of them. But dig the way he fired Miz through Wanda. Like he ain't even had the balls to even call or text Miz that he was letting him go. He did that shit through Wanda. That's what Dre told me. Yeah. Dark skinned boy, you know him. He got familiar. He used to live, Alton used to live a couple doors down from him on Wayne Ave. He lived across from the apartment. Yeah. Dre cool as shit. He good peoples. He like I said, I used to take him home with the rest of them. yeah, but neither him or Miz working right now. He said he trying to get into the home health care. The boy Dre. That's what he said he about to do. When today? Oh. Oh yeah. I'll probably go because that may it all depends because I'm really trying to go to Chicago. I talked to one of the bulls and the wrestling group I'm in, and they going out to the show and a podcast convention. And I looked up online. I'm gonna try to see if I can. It's from August 29th to September 2nd. I already took the days off from work. And the thing that was dope was Starcast, that's the name of the convention. They got a plug with all the hotels. And when you go through their website, like you go on the Hilton or the Marriott or something like that, they have a promotional code. And I found the John a Hilton for 2 nights for like $250. So only thing I gotta do is just try to get me an air ticket. Because my plan was, this is my whole game plan. I kind of talked to Cora about it. Basically, I found on Amazon some some silk skirt presses that was under 200. And basically, I was gonna grab one. I found the hat John, get some hats and shirt made. Because, like I was telling you, one of the sponsors for that convention is the Wrestling T-shirt store. And I was going to get some of my t-shirts and my merch sell to them. Basically, I was going through them, have them like a Midwest distributors for basically, well, for the wrestling t-shirts, but you know, you a core part of that. You know what I'm saying? Because with that press, y'all can press up shirts for y'all shit too and hats. You know what I'm saying? The hat joint is less than a deuce. I was going to try to grab that by the show. And then hopefully, you know what I mean, get one of the presses. Because I found the joint on eBay. It's cost 800, but you can press not only shirts, you could do mugs, you could do like over 10 items with this press joint. But it's like 8. They got one for 7 and one for 8. But I know that's something that all of us will have to chip in and grab that joint. But it's gonna pay itself, the merch we make, you know what I mean? The money, because that's the whole thing, listening to you. And when we was together and you grabbed the lights from Sam Mash, that's what made me go on Amazon and find that. I was like, oh, right. Why we gonna spend money to pay somebody to press our merch up for us, like the hats on the shirts and all that shit? We can do that shit ourselves. You know, I learned that in Mass Bomb. I mean, that's why I went on Amazon, and it blew my mind away how I found all those presses for cheap for under $200. The only one that was more than $200 is this duplicator that you can press 4 shirts at once. That joint like 700, it's like 670. And then the joint I found is an actual printer that prints the silk screen that you'll put on the mugs or even the iPhone and phone cases. I mean, like that joint that's 700-800. I showed one of my coworkers at work. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hustle up and get this joint. But for right now, I was like, we'll just get a basic press and get the hat joint, and we'll just press hats and shirts. You know what I'm saying? Because don't you got a logo for Golden Associates? Then you have one on your card. Well, anyway, if you do get a logo made for your joint Golden Associates, you know what I'm saying? I can press, we get that press you up some shirts. You can sell, give away, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Only reason I was doing that, like I said, that's one market and creative way to make my podcast grow into one me and Cord doing too. So, but I'm gonna talk to you later because I'm sitting here on YouTube conversating with you. I'm supposed to be doing this goddamn recap and shit, but I'm gonna get back to that and get back on my job, and then we'll talk later. All right, cool. Because we'll link up, and I get the Home Depot card because Dad want me to get me a hedge trimmer. And when I was going to do the hedges today, I was just letting that sun bake a little while and try to knock it out a little later after I take Mom shopping. Was what knock that shit out. So yeah, we can link up. And you can go to Guitar Center. We can go. I know it's a Home Depot up there near Henderson. Well, near the state store in the CarMax, because I used to come stop there to get propane and then go to the crib when I come from Coastville. So we could go up to, and I'll probably find a nice joint too to get with Dad's Home Depot card. Oh yeah, I'm just saying I'm doing my podcast and shit, but by the time I do that, you get up. I'm just saying we can link up because I figure by the time I'm finished, you just be getting up from your nap. Okay. Well, whatever. We'll if it work out, we'll link up today. All right. All right. Let me get back because I'm like 20 minutes in. All right, bye. My fault, y'all. Y'all had to hear that little conversation. That was the VP. Nose G, shout out to Nose G. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to come out to the showcase July 26th. That was we was on the phone discussing about. You know what I'm saying? Besides some other stuff. But all right, so back to where I left off with Dalton Castle getting the win over Flip Gordon. All right, so next up is a woman division action match coming up, and it's a recap of Kelly Klein winning the Women of Honor Championship at the G1 Supercard. And it also shows a recap of the ongoing feud between Kelly Klein and Nia Allure, which sets up the tag match for tonight. All right, so first comes out is the Allure, and then Velvet Sky and Angelina Love and Mandy Leon. The next comes out Jenny Rose and the Champ, and they come charging to the ring. All right, so the brawl from all four women to start. Rose and Klein gain the upper hand to stomp Love and Leon out in the opposing corner. They whip the Allure into each other, then follow that up with double lariats. Eventually, order is restored, and Love and Rose are left in the ring. Love gets a boot up on Rose's charge. Then Klein gets tagged in, and she and Love have a stare down before they tie up. An intense grapple, then Klein with a waistlock takedown. Love shows some nice mat wrestling skills to apply a hammerlock. She shifts to a headlock. Then Klein bounces off the ropes. Shoulder block from Love. Then Klein fires right back with the arm drag and a shoulder block of her own. Klein with a power slam attempt. Love slips behind to hit a neck breaker. Then Klein knocks off Leon to the apron, off of the apron. She drops down, distracting Klein just long enough for Love to connect with the spinning heel kick. Klein regains control and quickly tags in Rose, the double suplex. Love rolls to the outside. Rose chases her. Velvet Sky with the lariat taking Rose down, but the referee didn't see it. Back in the ring, Love traps Rose in Allure's corner. Leon with stomps and snapmare. Quick tags by Allure. A running knee by Love. She throws Rose to the outside again. Velvet Sky walks over for an attack, but Klein cuts her off. Leon from behind takes out Klein, then Love climbs, floss crossbody onto Klein and Rose. Love with the cover on Rose, 2 count, then Leon's back in. Rose avoids a cover splash and spears Leon. She makes the hot tag to Klein, then Klein with the series of lariats on Love. Back suplex to Leon, front face DDT onto Love by Klein, then a fall-away slam to Leon. Klein picks up Love, fall-away slam, then Leon surprises Klein with a super kick, a DDT. Rose spears Leon to the apron. She gorilla presses Leon from the apron to the arena floor. Meanwhile, Klein has Love to the top rope. Super fall-away slam, then Klein with the pin, then Love kicks out. Sky distracts the ref, then Leon hits Klein from behind with the shoe. Super kick from Love, a cover, and it's over. Then you have the Allure with the win going over on Kelly Klein and Jenny Rose. All right, now, as soon as the bell rings, the lights go out. Then a strange video plays on the Titantron. Lights up. It's Maria Manic. The Allure can't believe it. Then they escape before things get physical. Security tries to restrain Manic, then she handles them with ease. The torture rack to one of the guards, and she picks up the other in a razor's edge and tosses him into the mat at ringside. Manic rips off her shirt, revealing a new tattoo that says she's a man-eater. She poses to end the segment. All right. So a flashback to Honor Rumble from G1 Supercard, where Kenny King would eliminate Jushin Thunder Liger and the Great Muta to win a future title shot. But would suffer the Mr. Muda that temporarily blinded him. King would then begin a feud with Jay Lethal, and each man trying to better the other. A video package highlighting their buildup is being played. Each man has a victory over the other, making this grudge bout their rubber match in the best of 3 series. So we go back to the arena, and former champion Jay Lethal is on his way to the ring. Kenny King is out second, carrying his walking stick that is used when he couldn't see. All right, so next up, we get Jay Lethal versus Kenny King. Dueling chants before they begin, then a tie-up, King with the arm lock. The commentary tells us that Lethal hasn't lost at a best in the world pay-per-view since 2013. Both men reset. Lethal grabs a wrist lock. King maneuvers around and locks Lethal in submission, focusing on the arm. He targets the arm by trapping it from behind Lethal's back, then power slamming him to the mat. Hip toss block, thrust kick from Lethal. Pace picks up. Lethal with his hip toss cartwheel drop kick combo. A snap suplex from Lethal with the pin. Only one though. King grabs an arm and jumps out of the ring, tearing it over the ropes. King screams into the camera, "I'm the Macho Man." He goes for a springboard attack, but Lethal catches him with the drop kick, sending him back to the ringside. Lethal keeps up the pressure, big chops. He grabs a chair and set it up. King chops Lethal and sits him in the chair, and he charges. Lethal with the drop toe hold, and King's head bounces right off the chair seat. Lethal places the chair over King's arms and goes to the stomp. The referee talks him out of it. The fight continues near the entrance pathway. Then Lethal whips King towards the ring. King pops up the apron. He jumps right back into a kick from King. Lethal goes for a suplex, but King reverses and drops Lethal off the apron neck first. He throws Lethal back inside, then a reverse DDT over King's knee. The Boston Crab applied by King, but Lethal's in trouble. He switches to an arm bar, then Lethal breaks free and unloads a right hand. King responds with one of his own. Back and forth strikes, then Lethal hits a back body drop, lariat. Lethal on the middle rope, missile drop kick connects. He calls for the lethal injection, but King pulls him back. Lethal nails King with his own finisher, Royal Flush. Cover, but King is out at 2. Springboard drop kick sends King to the outside again, then Lethal off the ropes. Suicide dive, then he goes for a second. King turns it into a spine buster, but both men are down. Lethal just beats the 2 count, then King goes to pick Lethal up, but it gets cradled and kick out. A blue thunder bomb from King. He climbs and then a shooting star press. Cover that Lethal stays alive. King calls the ringside attendant to bring him his walking stick. Then Lethal takes advantage of the distraction and applies the figure 4 leg lock. The walking stick it throws in, but Lethal doesn't lose focus. Lethal injection. He can't make the cover right away because of his arm, and he goes for it. King kicked out. Then Lethal can't believe it. He gets set up by King on the top rope for a super cutter. Then King shoves it off. King with a blockbuster. Then he nails Lethal injection. King picks up Lethal, Royal Flush. King cannot kick out, and Kenny wins. There you have it. Kenny King going over on Jay Lethal and winning the best out of 3 series. All right. So Ian Ringaboni calls this the biggest win in Kenny King's career. They cut to the video package highlighting our next bout between Silas and Jonathan Gresham in a pure rules match. Silas Young makes his way to the ring and fight in a fight robe. The octopus is next. Pure rules are explained to the crowd, and each man only gets 3 rope breaks after any submission on the ropes are legal. No closed fists are allowed, and Gresham and Young shake hands. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick little swiggle, and then we're gonna get into this good match, which I say was a great match between Silas Young and Jonathan Gresham in a pure rules match. Hold on. Since I'm not being sponsored by who was on my cup, I made sure to hide away the logo. I'll just say it's a famous chicken wing spot that I'm gonna be going there tonight and check out Fyter Fest. Have my grub, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna get into this match between Silas Young and Jonathan Gresham in a pure rules match. All right, so we get a tie up, and Young forces Gresham into the corner, but Gresham managed to roll off and apply a headlock. Young shifts his weight and puts Young. Oh, excuse me. Let me read that over. Gresham shifts his weight and put Young in a hammerlock. Gresham with a fancy escape. Young lands with first strikes and an open palm to Gresham's chest. Those are within the rules, of course. Young with a waist lock, then Gresham has nowhere to go. He uses his first rope break. Young plays to the crowd, with Gresham admitting that it was a fair move. A knuckle lock. Then Gresham kicks at Young's leg to gain a better position on the hold. Young with another big chop. Big shoulder sends Gresham to the mat. Then Gresham fights off his back. Young screams for him to get back, but Gresham goes for an ankle lock. Young quickly grabs the ropes, and each man only has a rope break left. Each man only has 2 rope breaks left. Excuse me. Gresham offers his wrist for Young, and Young takes the offer and brings Gresham over with a headlock. An abdominal stretch by Young, but then Gresham bounces off the ropes and locks into the octopus stretch. Young has no choice. He has to use another rope break. He slides to the outside to regroup. Both men run the ropes. Then Gresham distracts Young by pointing to the sky, and then a big chop to Young's chest. They run the ropes again, but Young with a closed fist. The referee issues a warning, and Young tosses Gresham into the barricade on the outside. Back in the ring, Young hits Gresham with a backbreaker. Abdominal stretch is in again. Somehow Gresham powers out with a hip toss. Gresham goes for a PK, but Young catches the boot and turns it into a single leg crab. Gresham grabs the ropes. 1 rope break left per man. After the submission on the rope breaks will count. Young goes for a suplex, but Gresham blocks it and reverses it. Young lands a boot on charging him and charging Gresham. Combination backbreaker, then a clothesline by Young. He transitions right into a modified full Nelson. Then Gresham has to use his last rope break. Back suplex from Young, another one. Gresham escapes the third, and then he climbs the middle rope. His back is in too much pain. Then Young pushes off, and Gresham collides with the hard apron. Gresham gets caught by a twisting suplex. Young with a submission. Then Gresham can't use the ropes for a break. He slithers through. Gresham goes for an octopus. He forces Young to grab the ropes. No rope break left for either man. Both men talk trash talk. They exchange forearms. Gresham with an enziguri. They both trade suplex attempts. Young gets Gresham up, and they both fall over the top rope as they come back in the ring. If the ref turns his back and Gresham hits a low blow, octopus applied. Young gets to the ropes, but it doesn't matter. He eventually taps. And there you have it. Winning by submission, Jonathan Gresham going over on Silas Young. And that, like I said, was an amazing match. And it kind of hinted that we may be getting a heel turn from Gresham, which begs a question that I'm going to give a quick editorial recap of Best in the World and my thoughts, where it's going, where it's one member so far in Villain Enterprises, but I think we may get two. Just going to leave it at that. So let me get back. All right, up next, the Briscoes take on Nick Aldis and the debuting Eli Drake, which was announced on the kickoff show. Footage of the Briscoes attacking Colt Cabana during his NWA title defense against James Storm is played. NWA heavyweight champion Nick Aldis would get involved, but he also suffered a beating at the hands of them boys. Cabana was originally scheduled to compete in this match, but due to injury, he was pulled. So we go back to the commentary table, and Cabana says that his doctors advised him not to even come to the show, but he had to come support. Eli Drake is out first, followed by the national treasure, Nick Aldis. The Briscoes, Mark and Jay, are next. And then James Storm joins the commentary table, and fans go nuts for the Briscoes as they are in their hometown. Well, technically, Sandy Fork, Delaware is pretty close to Baltimore, so that's why I could say whoever wrote these results said that they were introducing the hometown, because everybody know they not from Baltimore. They from Sandy Fork, Delaware. Shout out to DE, baby, Delaware. Anyway, let me get into the match. All right, so the match, we got the Briscoes versus Nick Aldis and Eli Drake. All right, so Drake begins with Mark, a tie-up, a waist lock by Mark. Drake switches behind but gets dragged over. Drake forces Mark into the corner. Drake goes for his signature taunt, but Mark makes him pay with the chop. The pace picks up. Drake and Mark eventually come to a standstill. Jay and Aldis tag in. They grapple. Aldis forces Jay into the turnbuckle. The second grapple sees Jay snatch on a headlock. Excuse me. Aldis shoves Jay. Jay knocks Drake off the apron, then exchange fists with the champ. Mark drags back in. Aldis lights him up with a right hand, but can't stop with the knee to the gut. Excuse me. The Briscoes with tags. They bounces Aldis off the ropes. The double team football tackle sends Aldis to ringside as Mark goes after him. Drake comes out of nowhere with a lariat. Now in control, Aldis and Drake wear Mark down with the tandem offense. They nail a suplex and elbow combo. Mark makes a blind tag and Jay decapitates Drake with the lariat. He headbutts Drake into his team corner. Jay stops him down. Drake avoids the corner splash. He nails Jay with a neck breaker, then tags out Aldis. Aldis plants Jay with a Michinoku driver for a near fall. He cranks at Jay's head with a sleeper hold. Jay with the drop kick. He tags Mark in. Aldis gets Drake back in. Drake and Mark land into each other with stiff shots. Overhead belly to belly by Mark. He places Drake on the top rope, then whips him down. Mark to the top. Aldis from the apron stops him. Drake jumps in. Superplex. Jay tags in. Drake catches him with a burning hammer. Somehow Jay kicks out. Mark is in now and double teamed by the Briscoes onto Drake, but Aldis breaks up the pinfall. Jay goes for the Jay Driller, but then Aldis with the King's Clover Leaf. Mark nails Aldis to break the hold. Action all over the place. Drake and Jay brawl into the crowd. Aldis superplex Mark. Then the referee has this one thrown out. So pretty much this match ended up being a no contest. All right, so James Storm jumps in and starts brawling with Eli Drake. Then the Briscoe teams up and attack Aldis. Capana tries to jump in, but Rigaboni stops him for health reasons. The Briscoes go to put Aldis through the table. Then Camille comes out and spears Mark. A bunch of security guards come out, but the Briscoes battle them off instead. Instead of escaping, Aldis tries to fight Mark and Jay off, and they put him through a table. Capana is irate he couldn't help. And then the segment ends with the Briscoes celebrating with fans. As Aldis recovers, Marty Scurll runs out to help him. Coming up is Shane Taylor defends the ROH Television Championship against Bandito. Then footage of Taylor winning from the War of the Worlds is being played. Reminder, he won it at a fatal four-way, but never pinned the former champion Jeff Cobb to get it. Bandito did score a pinfall over Taylor on ROH TV. And Bandito is out first, and Shane Taylor comes out second. Hold on, water break. All right, back, guys. I had to get my setup for my water breaks. All right, and y'all notice I'm like WWE. I won't be taking no water breaks in the middle of doing a review. So I'll wait till I finish the match first or the segment, then I'll do my water breaks. All right, we're going into now the match between Shane Taylor versus Bandito for the ROH Television Championship. All right, so a brawl to start. Taylor shows off his athleticism for a big guy by matching Bandito with lucha counters. A spinning thrust kick by Bandito, then he nails Taylor with a thrust kick, followed by a flying head scissors, sending Taylor to the ringside. Bandito is on the apron. He goes for a Frankensteiner. Taylor catches him and power bombs Bandito onto the apron. Taylor drapes Bandito over the apron and clubs him over the head. Back in the ring, a big open hand rattles Bandito, and Taylor whips Bandito off the ropes, running right through him with an elbow. Bandito fires off a few shots, but Taylor lights him up with a headbutt. Taylor asks the referee to count out, but Bandito gets up at 9. Bandito begins to rally a corner Ingazuri, then he climbs with a twisting cross body. Roll through face buster. Taylor goes to the outside, but Bandito with twisting Tope Cahilo. He throws Taylor inside and nearly wins the match with the springboard Frankensteiner. Taylor responds with the corner lariat, but Bandito charges. A left hook out of nowhere from Taylor. Bandito comes right back with the springboard moonsault. Taylor with the Uranagi. He climbs the middle rope for a splash, and he hits it, a cover, but Bandito kicks out at 2. Taylor goes for his finisher, but Bandito escapes the super kick. Taylor is in position for the 21 plex, but Taylor has it scouted. A power bomb and a thrust knee by Taylor. A package pile driver. Somehow Bandito gets his shoulder up. Taylor can't believe it. He climbs for a crossbody. Oh my God, Bandito catches him. The crowd goes nuts. Power slam from Bandito, a cover, but only a 2 count. Bandito climbs to the top, shooting star press. Taylor just gets the shoulder up, and Bandito goes for the 21 plex again. Taylor catches him with a Rikishi driver, and it's over. And there you have it. Shane Taylor goes over by pinfall and retains the ROH Television Championship over Bandito. Which, real quick, I'll give my thoughts. It was out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it 2.75, close to 3. Only reason why I'm like, Got shot him out because I watched it twice. My man Sean Ross Sass from Fightful, Sean Ross Sat from Fightful, he made a good point. You know, in the beginning, Bandito's run was tight, but it's starting to be a little overwhelming. I don't know what they should do. Maybe this summer, since well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but they gotta put Bandito in a better rivalry that's gonna put him in a better spotlight, so to speak. That's why I understand why SRS made that comment that this match was a little overwhelming. And don't get me wrong, Shane Taylor did what Shane Taylor does, being a bruiser house. But you know, I honestly thought, and y'all guys, if y'all did listen to the predictions from the episode from this week, episode 9, I predicted Bandito to go over on Shane Taylor. You know what I'm saying? And I really thought Bandito was going to go over on him. Well, I watched this match, and I might rewatch it again a little later before I watch Fyter Fest tonight. Yeah, it was a little overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? I thought Bandito could have really brought it more. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. All right. So next we get a commercial for ROH Honor Club and their next big event at Melrose Ballroom in NYC. All right, so we get the 6-man titles are on the line, and Lifeblood's Tracy Williams and Mark Haskins is out first, along with their partner for the night, PJ Black. Villain Enterprises is out next, and of course, it's my boys, Marty Scurll, the villain, Brody King, and the destructible one, the old schooler, PCO. All right, and they all are wearing new Legion of Doom tire. So this should be fun. And they had new belts. I like the new Villain Enterprises tag belts. Them things is nice. I need that. Okay, so of course we get the match. Villain Enterprises versus Lifeblood for the ROH 6-man championship. All right, so the match begins with Scurll and Haskins. Haskins with a wrist lock. Scurll powers Haskins to the mat. A nice sequence of chain wrestling. Neither men are able to gain the advantage. Then Scurll asks for Black. Then he tags in PCO. Black with a leg kick and a spin kick. PCO catches another kick attempt. Then a dragon screw. PCO off the ropes. Black with the super kick, but PCO fights right back with a pump kick. Then a stalemate. King and Williams come in next. Chops from Williams. King answers one of his own. Another chop that echoes through the arena. He tries to chop Williams off the top, but Williams with the arm bar over the ropes. He tries for another springboard attempt, but King catches him. Back and forth striking, then Williams attempts a German suplex. King is too big. He brings Williams to his team's corner. Scurll is back in. He rips Williams down by his arm. Action Breaker is down. Scurll with a super kick to Williams, but Haskins takes him out with an apron P kick. King with the senton onto the lot. Then PCO goes to the apron, but King catapults him with his feet into Lifeblood. Villain Enterprises has the advantage early on. Then a belly-to-belly by PCO. Quick tags from the villain. Tandem offense by Scurll and King. Williams is able to bodily tag in Haskins. Lifeblood with the double team now on Scurll. They trap him in the corner. Running boot by Black. He ties Scurll up with a modified crab lock. Then Lifeblood with the double basement drop kick. Scurll makes the hot tag to King. The King chops everything in sight. Black and Williams end up in opposing corners. Running lariat by King. Scoop slam. King slams Black onto Williams, then a running senton connects. Haskins with a flurry of strikes, but the villain with a triple team. Craig leg combo onto Haskins. Then PCO takes out Black and Williams with the suicide dive. He assisted the German by Skrull and King. Haskins kicks out of the pinfall attempts, but PCO runs right into a drop kick. Black with a top rope double stomp. Then Williams out of nowhere with a frog splash. Skrull breaks the pin. A triple team pile driver on a PCO by Lifeblood. Then Skrull rips at Williams' fingers. Haskins takes out Skrull with V triggers, and then everyone is down. Black and Skrull trade fists. Black with another super kick. He super kicks PCO again, then he plays to the crowd. PCO makes him pay with the lariat, sending them both to the outside. PCO climbs for the moonsault, but Williams meet him up there. Haskins kicks PCO and Williams power bombs him into the apron. Back in the ring, Black with a springboard head kick followed by a springboard moonsault. He got it one, but King just gets there in time. King with some oppressive rope walking, double arm drag takes out Haskins and Williams. In the ring, Black goes for a moonsault, but Skrull gets the boots up. King with a gonzo bomb and PCO with the moonsault. Got him. And there you have it. Villain Enterprises retaining and going over Lifeblood. That'll be Williams, Haskins, and PJ Black. All right. Now, after Villain Enterprises leaves, the soldiers of Savagery attack Lifeblood. Bandito runs out to help his stablemates, but Bully Ray comes out of nowhere and nails Bandito. He goes to hit Bandito with a chair, but Flip Gordon comes out to run off Bully. Lifeblood hand Gordon a t-shirt inviting him to the group. But all of a sudden, this is my favorite part of the pay-per-view, y'all. All of a sudden, my man, the villain, Marty Scurll, comes on the Titantron and says that Villain Enterprises also has a new member. And he goes to introduce him. And the way he set it up was lovely. The rest of Villain Enterprises runs out. They beat Lifeblood. Oh, what happened? Let me rewind it back. Hold on. Skrull comes onto the Titantron and says Villain Enterprises also has a new member, and he's going to introduce him. And it was revealed none other than Flip Gordon. That's right, y'all. Flip turned heel. Now listen, after it was revealed that Gordon was the new member of Villain Enterprises, he super kicked Bandito, and then the rest of Villain Enterprises run down and beat Lifeblood down. And Williams get placed on the table. Now, which was funny, and I am going to nominate this. I got my first nomination about a botch move of the week. This was a botch move because even though I'm glad what I'm about to read, it did set up better, but PCO should have did it. Anyway, the rest of Villain Enterprises run out and they beat Lifeblood down. Williams get placed on the table, and then Gordon, instead of PCO, Gordon hits a 450 and crashes Williams through the table, basically confirming that the new member, let me say it again, the new member of Villain Enterprises is none other than Flip Gordon. If y'all didn't watch this pay-per-view, go to YouTube because I'm pretty sure just this part of the pay-per-view is probably up. This was a big announcement, man. You know what I'm saying? I was there to witness the formation of Villain Enterprise. That's why it's kind of special, because back in December last year, when the Elite left, they, filmed the way Ring of Honor, they filmed 4 hours and each hour is TV. They did make the debut of Villain Enterprises. You know what I'm saying? Because that was right after Final Battle. So that's what made it real dope, seeing Flip getting added. Cause I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I would have never imagined. But let me finish the rest of the recap, and then like I said, I do my editorial for that. All right. So it's main event time. Like I said, this is the last match. And the challenger Jeff Cobb is out first, and the ROH heavyweight champion Matt Taven is out next. Kingdom does not accompany him because they were banned from ringside by ROH officials. All right, so it's the main event, guys. We get for the ROH heavyweight championship, the challenger Jeff Cobb versus the champion Matt Taven. All right, so it starts out with Taven with a headlock, then Cobb overpowers him with ease. Taven ends up on the top rope, and Cobb with a thunderous chop that sends him to the outside. He quickly gets up and charges Cobb, who sends him right out to the outside. Taven slows things up, and he goes for a waistlock, which Cobb easily reverses. Taven uses his speed, and Cobb catches him for a suplex attempt. Taven falls into a sleeper hold. He dives at Cobb, and then Cobb catches him. An overhand belly to belly, then Cobb picks up Taven with a release superplex. Taven goes to the outside, and he baits Cobb into chasing him. Then he surprises him with a cutter. Taven off the rope, then a baseball slide. Right back into a suicide dive, and Cobb hits the barricade hard. Back in the ring, a swinging neckbreaker by Taven. He keeps contact and applies an arm bar. Taven climbs for a frog splash, but he misses it. Cobb building momentum, then snake eyes. He goes for a pump handle and hits it. Cobb and Taven trade strikes. A big lariat nearly knocks Taven out of his shoes. A standing moonsault by Cobb. Cover. Taven out at 2. Northern Lights by Cobb with a pin, another 2 count. But Taven gets trapped in the corner. Then Cobb pops him up and into an impressive spinning back bomb. Powerbomb attempt. Then Taven turns it into a Frankensteiner. Then off the ropes, a running knee. A second and a third. Cobb kicks out at one of his pin attempts. Then Taven, excuse me. I said Raven. That's old school. Taven runs with the climax, but he didn't get all of it, and he goes for it again. Cobb with the wheelbarrow suplex, and then he goes for the tour of the islands. But Taven turns into a climax. He got all of it, and it's over. And there you have it. Matt Taven going over and retaining the title on Jeff Cobb. Now, the commentary also reminds us of this fact that this is Jeff Cobb's first pinfall loss. And Taven celebrates to the camera, and then he's going to be a champ for a long time. And then the pay-per-view goes off. All right. So now I can give our editorial on this pay-per-view. Overall, I'm going to give this pay-per-view on a grading scale. I'm going to give it a C+, a B-. Only reason why. These are my factors why I'm giving it that grade. Number one, for this to have been a pay-per-view, it should have been better attendance. Because in the stream, you can see some of the empty seats. They should have did way better. And this is some of the frustrations I have with Ring of Honor, because they got tons of money. You know what I'm saying? The other thing was that made this pay-per-view only get at best a C+, B- is because, you know, they was lacking some real big stars. Now, don't get me wrong, in which I'm nominating this for high spot of the week, the whole turn of Flip Gordon going to Villain Enterprises. That was nice. Now that only reason why, because I was going to give it just a regular C+. The only reason I gave it a B- because I ain't gonna front. I popped for that moment with Flip joining Villain Enterprises, because I would have never imagined him doing that. But that's perfect in the way Marty and him setting up is he's going to be an understudy under Marty, because what's going to probably happen, and I'm thinking is going to happen, is Marty is going to go with the homies, the AEW, but they can still, ROH can still continue the Villain Enterprises gimmick. And not only can Marty have somebody representing Villain Enterprises, when he take it to AEW, he's the found member. So he can build that stable not only in AEW, and he could build that stable in Ring of Honor. Nobody said that he couldn't build it in both. And that's thorough by your homies having their own promotion, and you get ready to go over there with them. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna have Marty. Oh, I ain't know my mic spiked that high. Sorry, y'all. Dang. Yeah, because I just saying red on my solo, my Focusrite. But yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can and I'm pretty sure, I bet, I ain't gonna bet nobody $100, because if they leave this in the comments, somebody gonna take that bet. But what we used to say, and I'm gonna be a little PG-13. We used to ass bet back in the day. I'll make an ass bet $100. That's probably Marty plan to have Villain Enterprise expand into AEW. Because I'm telling you, when this contract up, don't be surprised if y'all see the Villain in AEW. He's gonna be in AEW. Think about all the little hints in the intro of being the Elite, how they still have Marty incorporated in that intro. They don't say his name, but he's still in the intro. All right. And the other thing, or editorial with this pay-per-view was, like I was saying earlier, and I guess I can go into it now. Like I said, I was very underwhelmed about that television title match between Bandito and Shane Taylor. Bandito, man, that's my guy. That 21 plex finisher, man, that just is crazy. And is, like I said, and I agree with SRS, I was very underwhelmed about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I really picked Bandito to upset Shane Taylor and win. You know what I'm saying? I really picked him to win, but, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I would love, and this is what I wanted to finish and I wanted to wait, I would love to see a rivalry this summer between Bandito and Flip. Now that Flip then went with Villain Enterprises, you know what I'm saying? And Lifeblood, I can see that for a summer. Villain Enterprises versus Lifeblood now. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be surprised. Also, I'm gonna put this out there. This is, I guess, one of my hot takes. That's why I'm doing air quotes, a hot take. But I can see a new stable with the Soldiers of Seventry and Bully Ray. I think that's where the tea leaves is going with that. You know what I'm saying? So once again, overall, giving my thoughts on the Best in the World pay-per-view compared to me watching it last year. It was a little underwhelming compared to last year, because last year, of course, you had the Bullet Club still involved with ROH, so that's what made it pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But overall, like I said, my grade on the pay-per-view, I give it C plus, B minus. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, looking forward to I guess the next event that Ring of Honor is going to have is the Mayhem in the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan. So hopefully that'll be a little better and we get a lot more stories progress better, because Ring of Honor, I ain't gonna lie, they getting their butts kicked. And SRS said it best. I would have never imagined when the Elite left that Ring of Honor would be suffering from them versus the Impact. But then again, I can kind of see why Impact is not really affected by that, because none of those guys was really in Impact. That's why it's affected ROH more, because those guys were in ROH. You know what I'm saying? Reason why it's not affecting New Japan as much, because New Japan built their stars wisely. Thing about it was, Ring of Honor never really built any other better stars than outside of the Elite or Bullet Club. You know what I'm saying? But now they had that opportunity to do that, and that's great, because honestly, Some people may agree with me on this, may not. The best thing in ROH is Villain Enterprises. Hands down, Villain Enterprises is the best thing. I granted I like Lifeblood, but they gotta, since Juice isn't really trying to work with Ring of Honor no more, they really gotta add another member in the Lifeblood to make it pop. They need a name, a real household name in Lifeblood to really make it pop. They get a good name in Lifeblood. Lifeblood could be a pretty good stable. It could be a pretty good stable. Because, like I said, I see a stable coming with them Soldiers of Savagery and Bully Ray. It may not be, and they may throw Shane Taylor in the mix, another heel stable. Because we got one of the dopest heel stables around now, Villain Enterprises. All right. Well, since I'm in a hour in, especially having to take the phone call from the VP, Nose G. Shout out to the VP at One Struggle Entertainment. Yeah. I'm just going to take a little restroom break. I'm not going to stop the feed. I'm just going to take a little break, run to the restroom, come back, and then I'll go ahead and do my predictions for Fyter Fest, and then I'll probably end today's feed. You know what I'm saying? Too bad I didn't get nobody in, but that's going to change. Like I said, this is just the ground stages of One Struggle Radio Podcast Network. Of course, the J Raw Wrestling Podcast. This is a special edition. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is the ROH recap with the AEW Fyter Fest predictions. You're getting the best of both worlds meshed in today. All right, so I'm going to take a restroom break, and I'll be right back. Peace. Right. I definitely want to see the video. Let's finish this. Yes, yes. All right. Gotta stay hydrated in this heat, y'all. It's hot out there. Woo! Man, I had to run to the restroom. I'm good. Took another water break. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the card for Fyter Fest tonight, which should be amazing in one of my favorite cities in the country, Daytona Beach. Oh, do I got some stories from Daytona Beach? Anyway, oh, we got somebody on. I don't know who on, but shout out who watching me right now. You kind of a little late, but thanks for watching. Oh, they left. Damn. Oh, well, it is what it is. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the predictions for Fyter Fest for All Elite Wrestling tonight. That's going to be at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. And it will be streamed live on Breacher BR Live for free. So make sure you check it out. All right, so we're going to start out with the pre-show match, which is a triple threat tag team match with the winner advancing to All Out for a shot at the first round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament. All right, so we have SCU, Private Party, and the Best Friends. It's tossed between Best Friends or Private Party. Is where I'm tossed at. Best Friends or Private Party. Because SCU is gonna be in the tournament regardless. I'm gonna go with Private Party. Like Private Party. Pick Private Party. All right, next up, we have the hardcore pre-show match between Michael Nakazawa and Alex Jabali. Of course, they're gonna let the CEO of the gaming go over. So I'm picking Alex Jabali all day. Should be an interesting match though, but I'm picking Alex Jabali all day. All right, so for the main card, we go to Christopher Daniels versus Shima in a nice reunion, old school OG match. I'm going my favorite one of my favorite OGs, Christopher Daniels, CD. All right, so we get a triple threat women's match, which I kind of doing another hot take prediction. Think this got maybe a setup for a female number one contender because they are supposed to debut the women's championship at All Out in August. Which your boy is trying to get the Star Cash. Y'all heard me talking to the VP about that. That's for our company. That's for our company. So he might even toss bros a couple dollars going out there. Make sure you have a good time. Because by the way, from my understanding, that's going to be the date for the next They Can't Do It Like Us showcase series. So yeah, that's going to be the next date for that event besides July 26th. And I talked to the CEO, shout out Big Bro, DJ Hardcore Productions. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he told me that August 31st will be the next date after July for They Can't Do It Like Us. But back to the predictions, though. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Yuka Sakazawa, Rio, and Nyla Rose. I'm taking Nyla Rose hands down all day. I can see her and probably Bit Breaker whenever AEW's TV start in the fall, that the two of them will probably go for the women's belt, Nyla Rose and Britt Baker. I can see that happening. All right, so the Fatal 4-Way I've been looking forward to since they announced it. Adam Page versus MJF versus Jungle Boy versus Jimmy Havoc. I hate to like piggyback and steal somebody's thoughts in a wave, but I'm going to go with that theory like everybody else. MJF's going to win, but he's going to win in slimy. Kind of Page setting it up, and he getting the pinfall to get the win, and setting up a match between Page versus MJF at Fight of the Fallen coming up. Actually, in a couple weeks, I think it's July 13th. Same day as my daughter's graduation party. Shout out to Rizzy. Proud of you, girl. Proud of you, woman. Can't call you a girl. proud of my diva. That woman's gonna do great things like her dad. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this Fatal 4-Way tonight, and I'm picking MJF to go over. And then, now y'all know I'm looking forward to this match: Cody versus Darby Allin. I got the nightmare all day. Like, come on, he's number one. I debuted the top 10 this week. He's number one on the top 10. Y'all think I'm gonna go against the grain? No. I got Cody all day, every day. All right, another match I'm looking forward to. They changed it to a non-sanctioned match, and that's the Mox, John Moxley, who's number 6 on my top 10, versus Joey Janela, who used to be in my top 10, but because I had to rearrange it. I'm looking forward to this match. I don't even want to pick a winner because I like them both. But if I gotta go with number 6 on my top 10. I gotta go with the Mox, John Moxley. All right, and then in the main event tonight, I got the Elite, Kenny Omega Man, and the Bucks, Young Bucks, versus Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix and Laredo Kid, which I just got finished watching Laredo Kid in another 6-man match with LAX. That was good, even though LAX won, but it was good. No, LAX lost. I'm sorry, the Rascals won. What am I talking about? Anyway, woo, damn. I gotta go with the Elite. Gotta go with the Elite. Gotta go with the Elite. Especially Kenny lost double or nothing. The Bucks lost a double or nothing. They gotta set up Kenny for whatever match he's having at Fight for the Fallen, and they gotta set up the Bucks against Cody and Dustin. So yeah, I see the Elite winning that tonight. All right, so just to recap real quick, we got for the pre-show match for winner to advance, winner to get a shot at a first round bye in the AEW Tag Team Championship Tournament. SCU Private Party of Best Friends. I'm picking Private Party. For the hardcore pre-show match, Michael Nakazawa versus Alex Jabali. I'm picking Alex Jabali. For the OG match, I'm picking Christopher Daniels over Shima. And a women's triple threat match, I'm picking Nyla Rose over Yuka Sakazawa and Rio. In the Fatal 4-Way match, I'm picking MJF to go over on Adam Page, Jungle Boy, and Jimmy Havoc. I got, of course, the American Nightmare, Cody going over on Darby Allin. I have the Mox, John Moxley, going over on Joey Janela in the non-sanctioned match. And in the main event, I had the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Bucks going up against Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix, and Laredo Kid. I got the Elite with Kenny and the Bucks going over Phoenix, Pentagon, and Laredo Kid. All right, y'all. That is my Fyter Fest predictions for tonight's show. I'm looking forward to a great show, and I get to catch it live on time. So I'll make sure I get my grub, make sure I nestle in by 8 o'clock and catch this live on Breacher Report. Just a little tidbit for you guys. If you guys do have a Fire Stick or any Amazon Fire device, you can easily download the BR app on there for free. I did it on my Fire Stick. That's why I'm gonna watch it tonight on my Fire Stick. It was pretty easy. It should be coming up. It should come up, and it's free, so it ain't like you have to pay for it tonight. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'll give you guys a recap on that tomorrow. Since I did a little special edition when I meshed Ring of Honor and AEW into today's show, I'll do the recap for Super Showdown New Japan's version in Australia. I'll do that because I'm gonna make sure to be on point. I'll probably watch the latest ROH episode since I paid my Honor Club subscription. So I'll do the ROH review tomorrow. Since there's no WWE show or nothing like that, after I do, if everything go right, the special guests I was supposed to have for the prediction show, if everything works out, I'll have them for the recap show of tonight's Fyter Fest. So after I do the recap for Fyter Fest, then I'll do a separate ROH New Japan review, getting you guys ready for the beginning of the G1 climax that starts next Saturday, I believe. No, next Friday, July 6th. No, July 6th is Saturday because I'm off Friday, the 5th. Yeah, so I was right. Next Saturday, July 6th, because Slammiversary is Sunday, which is the 7th. So yeah, another great weekend next weekend. That's a great wrestling. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this feed. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Fyter Fest. I know I am. If you didn't get a chance to watch Best in the World last night, I recommend it's okay. I'll say this. It was a tad bit better than Stomping Grounds. A tad bit better than Stomping Grounds. Just a tad. Usually it's a little disappointing because ROH do deliver a little bit better than the E. When I say the E guys on my podcast, y'all know I'm referring to WWE. But the E, usually Ring of Honor does something a little bit better than the E. But this time, they was just on par with Stomping Ground. So, all right, that's it. Real quick, let me give my shout outs. Want to shout out, without a doubt, my big bro, DJ Hardcore from DJ Hardcore Productions, like I mentioned earlier. Don't forget, go to eventbrite.com and get your tickets for the showcase coming up the 26th featuring Buck Wild, and special honor to the R&B Hook King, Corey Williams. Also want to make sure to shout out Russell K, my peoples, my fam. Shout out Ace Porter. What up, boy? Geech Geech. Dirty Case. Pat with the facts. Mike B. Jones. Also shouting out the Russell K Facebook group. Shout out to the White once again. Congratulations on the baby boy. Shout out my man B Quick. And of course, Yasmin. Everybody else support your boy. Also shouting out True Hills Heat. Shouting out my man Sid Puller, the third, SP3. What up, boy? Make sure y'all guys go to Castbox BOXFM to get the audio version of today's stream, live stream. Not only that, to get the latest episode of the J Raw Wrestling Podcast, episode 9, that I dropped on y'all late Thursday night, Friday morning. And that's it. So look out for all the other recaps this weekend. Everybody enjoy y'all Saturdays. Enjoy Fyter Fest tonight. And I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.